When you're a young parent, one of the things you can think about is, what is life going to be like when you have a teenager? I find it enjoyable to tell people that I currently have 4 teenagers, and this is one of the best parenting times of my life. St. Ambrose is a big part of that. We wanted a school for our children that would not only afford them a rigorous education, but would also offer them an environment in which they could grow in their faith. We wanted them to not only to get that classroom experience, but learn to love and worship our Lord.
When I first heard that I was gonna be going to St. Ambrose, I was a little bit nervous. I had been going to a Catholic school since kindergarten, so I had already grown accustomed to learning about God in the classroom. I thought I knew everything about the Catholic faith, but when I came to St. Ambrose, I saw how deep everyone's faith life was, and I realized I have a lot to learn.
So there aren't many schools like St. Ambrose. Not many schools take on the mission of incorporating our faith into every bit of the lessons, making it fully integrated in such a way that part of your everyday communicated and worshiping our Lord. One of the biggest things for us too is that there's an oratory there with our Lord in the tabernacle, and the students do have the opportunities to go visit him there.
I'm hoping to go to UW-Madison to study computer science, and one of the big problems with science nowadays is that it's lacking people who have a sense of morals and goodness and what science is really for, which is the defense and development of the human person. And this is precisely why we need people who have that training, that background, that education to help reorient the purpose of science back to its original intended cause. And this is especially relevant to computer science. It's a very technical field, and St. Ambrose is really equipping me with all the knowledge and critical thinking skills I need. But even more than that, my goals have changed as I've attended St. Ambrose. God has called me to not only achieve worldly success, but also have a deep relationship with Him. And St. Ambrose has helped me realize that, especially in the past years. I'm trying to focus more on my spiritual life, not focus on what I need to do to get wealth, happiness, power, but what I need to do in order to please God and to grow closer to Him.
We saw what a great school it was. We saw the kinds of students that were going to the school and that were coming out of the school, and we very early were interested in that. But as a young parent, trying to afford an education that is of that high quality is a challenge. And so we thought early on that we simply wouldn't be able to afford it. A little bit of dedication, and God opened up a window for us so that we would be able to send our children to St. Ambrose. But that's not the case for everybody. And so it's really important that we do our best to make this possibility available to more people. One of the reasons we're here tonight is to make all of what you see in terms of the students that you see here, in terms of the education that they're getting, in terms of making it possible for them to go out into the world and present the love of our Lord to others. That's what we're here to do, is to make that possible, to give the time, talent, and treasure that's required in order to sustain St. Ambrose and to build it and to make it more available to others.
By helping support St. Ambrose, you're really helping support all of society. We may fall, but we're there to help each other up, and we're there to pray for each other and help each other on the path to holiness.